I think I did already. Anyway, hey, what
Fellow film buffs, True Believers.
No, film buffs is for Extreme Movie Show. True Believers is for I Love Comics, which I accidentally posted to I Love Comics as well today. So
Disneyholics.
Hey, True Believers and fellow theme park enthusiasts, fellow Mouseketeers, and all sorts of stuff. We have not been on a live stream for Homegrown Tourist in quite a while, and I figured it might be fun to talk about it. One of the things I wanted to talk about, of course, because I did get a job out at the movie theater at Disney, and I've been seeing the crowds, is how badly Star Wars Rise of Skywalker has been doing. I know it's been, just lining up to call this thing a failure since the very beginning. And I've been saying every time I brought it up, somebody brings up an excuse. It's slamming. That movie is not slowed down one frickin' iota. Seriously, have you seen this yet? Have you been out to the theaters to see this?
I saw the movie, but I didn't. I haven't been keeping track of the records or anything.
Yeah. Did you go out to AMC at Disney Springs, or where did you catch it?
Well, we went to a place called Sinopolis.
Oh, okay. I know where that is. That's downtown.
Uh-oh. Okay. Let's talk about
everybody. I don't
continue rolling. Sinopolis. Tell me about what you've been doing at the. You still working at Universal?
No, I don't work at Universal.
Where do you work?
I work for a company that's working for Disney. So
for Disney. Okay.
Somehow I ended up under the control of the mouse. So
okay.
It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Like I enjoy things Disney does. Doesn't mean I want to work for.
Right. No, because I would imagine like real close you are. I think a lot of people want to work for Disney. It's one of the best things to do, I guess. But so yeah, you haven't seen any of the new Star Wars movie, right?
I have seen it.
You have seen it. What did you think of it? Did you think it was great? Compared to the Force Awakens, or?
It's the best out of this trilogy, that's for sure. And I think that other than the last line of the movie, it was a solid movie.
Your foot's sweating so much.
Yeah, I liked it. Contrary to what people say, like it's horrible. Yeah, I'll agree that this trilogy will never live up to the standard that people accept by watching the original trilogy. But for what it was, I thought it was okay. Yeah. My only complaint was that they should have recast Kylo Ren. As I've been saying since Force Awakens, he's just too nerdy for me.
That's fair, but at the same time, they basically made him a Vader fanboy. So
I know, right? I'm like,
grandfather.
It's like Hamlet when he's holding the helmet. He's like, to be or not to be. Well, but
to kill my dad or not to kill my dad? That is the question,
right? What were your thoughts on seeing more of Yoda?
More of Yoda? Do you mean
in Last Jedi? Like, dude, seeing him when the Force goes.
That was fine with me because Yoda talking to Luke made sense. It was just that the way they made Luke's character just didn't make sense. And then in this movie, whenever I don't know if we're talking about spoilers or anything yet, but
well, not Rise of Skywalker. Probably not any spoiler. Well, has it been out for a month yet?
Not a month. But
I will not do too many, or not really much spoilers.
Well, there's a line in it that makes up for the fact that Luke basically threw the lightsaber in The Last Jedi, and it was fine. This movie, I think, is the first a new trilogy movie that actually felt like it was a Star Wars movie. Was it a great Star Wars movie? No, but it was a good movie.
Yeah, like I said, like I was saying before, like the original trilogy, like you're never gonna be able to live up to that. The people who grew up with that, you're never gonna be able to get anything close to that or on par or even better than that. The whole entire the actors were so much better. I mean, I loved Han Solo as a character. I mean, I'm the person that never cared for Luke. So people don't say I'm a diehard Star Wars fan, but I mean, like, I'll admit this. You know, Star Wars, to me, I give as much love as I do give the Ghostbusters. You know, if I could have two icons, I could. You know, but I can't. I could combine them. Can you imagine Ghostbusters with the Star Wars thing? Then I'd be part of the hate culture. It'd have a cancel cross. But anyway, no, but I gotta say, like, it's just, I did not care for Finn, and I did not care for Kylo Ren. I mean, Kylo Ren, yes, he was put up to be the fanatic as far as the I love Vader. I want to be just like Vader and stuff. You know, he's cool and stuff. I'm like, maybe you want to be like him because he looks so nerdy. I did not care for him taking off his shirt.
No.
That was like, dude, okay, now you just put the nail in the coffin for me. But
No.
and as far as what was it, Last Jedi, I would have let Finn die, because to me, Finn just didn't serve no purpose for me.
I mean, yeah, I can understand that because, pardon me.
But I still found I still found that scene though good though when Luke was force projecting himself, and then like they're like, did we kill him? Did we kill him? Keep firing! Keep firing! Keep firing!
Yeah, no, the only fact was that they shouldn't have killed Luke. It just didn't make sense.
No.
I got exhausted because I used the Force for the first time in like 30 years. Really? Really? Really?
Maybe he only had so much power in his last minute thing. He's like, screw it. But at least it's not like Highlander where one dies, the other one absorbs their powers. You know, well, though, like with the last one, they kind of tried to do that a little bit.
A bit, but I think that they did it in a way that wasn't terrible. I can understand it, and because we're not talking spoilers, I won't go into too much into it. But
we should probably say hello to some of the people coming in the chat now. Mata is here.
Is he?
Yeah. Mata is here. We got hello to Ed Brewer.
Oh, Wait, is this going on
both channels? I got both of them, but I got the I Love Comics. I got Homegrown Tourist on my phone, and it's the I Love Comics is what's showing in the live comments on StreamYard. So
okay,
whatever reason the StreamYard does this, I don't. He set it up this way, or maybe I think he can disable it. But we all know who Ingleton is. He's not too bright when it comes to computers.
Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to do a speed greeting. Hello, Ed Brewer. Hello, Mark C. Hello, Carlton Alexander. Hello, Matanui. Hello, Scott Neely. And Bianca Fights the Zombies. I think that's everybody. Howdy. How you doing?
Scott Neely's here as well, too. Did you see him?
Yeah. I said
okay, sorry. I was reading
Antillium. Howdy. One second.
Yeah,
Bad Side Ray was kind of sexy. I'll admit it. I'll admit it. Until she, this is light spoilers. Until she showed her teeth.
What's funny though is the bad side, good side Ray reminded me of I think it was Brashida in Knights of the Old Republic. Mm-hmm. When she goes, you play the game and she starts going towards the dark side, and you have to try to convince her to come back to the light. I mean, I was like, yeah, as like kind of cool that they kind of did that. You know, they probably didn't need to do that, but yeah. So I don't. I overall, Last Jedi I liked better than Force Awakens, and then Rise of the Skywalker I like better than Last Jedi. So we're hello E, welcome back. Maybe I think he ruined his mic.
Yeah, he knocked everything to the ground.
Yeah, that's all right. He can do sign language. Here, pen and paper. That always works.
1 second. Adam Driver is.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, we hear you. Welcome back, old man.
A little louder though.
Ashley hit the floor, so yeah.
Is she okay?
Yeah, she's fine. She fell, and on her way down, she hit her leg, but she managed to roll on her ass into the room. And that was I don't know if y'all heard the yell, but that's why I whipped them off and ran. So
We have no
Dad
idea what you're
mode.
talking about, sir. We figured you were going to the bathroom.
Nope, nope. I would actually make up some dumb excuse like I'm going to get water or something like that for that. But yeah, Ashley,
I told you not to have the Taco Bell.
I had Tijuana Flats. Thank you very much. But yeah, for those of you who know, my daughter broke her leg and she was hopping. I think it was a bit of overconfidence because she's been getting better, and you always want to kind of fool yourself into thinking you're a little bit better off than you are. And she slipped, but she went down. Of course, anytime you hear your kid yell like that, I don't care how old they are.
I don't know who was. Anytime I hear anybody scream, I go, I'm alert.
I did. And that's why. So yeah, that's what happened. Once again, apologize. But where were we?
we just started talking about Star Wars, the movies. We did spoiler-free review for the Rise of Skywalker. We're comparing the movies. Talking about that.
Yeah.
We learned about what Pixel does for a living.
Really? What do you do for a living? I
babysit.
You babysit?
Basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Through a company that works for Disney. So
Gotcha.
Yes, he babysits Mickey Mouse.
I babysit baby Mickey Mouse all the time.
Or Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
I would so take that job.
I worked at Nickelodeon Studios. I always say I was a Nickelodeon bouncer because I had to make sure that all the kids were acting right. So yeah, that's good. Well, there went somebody else.
Yes, Eric Breen, I am alive. I have returned.
Yes. So
yeah. Anyway, Adam Driver is so boring. I don't know. Watch Marriage Story. I was
talking to the professor about this. I just can't get past his looks, man. It's just like he just looks so nerdy. It's like Scarlett Johansson would marry him. Man, he must be loaded with rich.
I always thought his face kind of looked lopsided. Like his
whole proportionate body is like a triangle.
Yeah.
It's like, but hello to Eric Breen. You're the only one who haven't said hello to yet. And
hello. Yeah, by the way, hello to everybody. We're having all sorts of fun at the house today. That's why the door's open. That's why I keep looking outward. Did you have a thing for feet? What? I wanted to get a Galaxy's Edge when I thought it was going to include all of the eras. Galaxy's Edge is a lot of fun. I've had tons of fun with it. They really do play around. They really do act like they're in the Star Wars universe, and it works out that way. When you go to play and when you go to have fun, obviously you're gonna have a great time. If you go in like I've seen these people go, oh, doesn't it suck? Look at this. This sucks. That sucks. Of course, it's gonna suck if you go into Galaxy's Edge already saying it is.
I mean, but it does have the Millennium Falcon ride, dude.
The Millennium Falcon's fun, and I wanted to talk about this as well. The other ride came up as well, and this thing now when it opened, everybody was, oh, it's a bomb. Nobody's going. Bull crap. Galaxy's Edge fills up to the point where by 7 o'clock in the morning, you can't get a boarding pass for the new rides. You can't. It's that busy.
I haven't been on it yet. Have you?
No, I can't get a boarding pass. I don't want to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go out to Hollywood.
Can you get one?
I'm usually up at 4 o'clock in the morning anyway.
Can you get one like in a day advance? Do they do anything like that?
No, they're not allowing that. It's a day of, and you have to be in the park. They're not allowing people. Well, I'm going to be there on the 30th of January, so let me go. No, you have to be in the park.
You're a minute late. We give your ticket to somebody else.
Yeah, this thing it is badass busy right now. Of course, this is the tourist season. Next week it's going to drop, so I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get there at a decent hour and ride the new one. But there've been lines outside the park for this thing. It's amazingly busy out there now. And I'm noticing a shortage of voices talking about how much of a bomb it is these days. Same with Rise of Skywalker. It's like you got to build up a different narrative because you're not building up that it's a bomb. It's at 950. Last time I checked, the box office mojo has it at was it over $900 million by next week? It'll probably hit the $1 billion club again. It'll just be one more notch.
And it's not empty seats.
It's not empty seats. I'll tell you that much. No freaking way is it empty seats. I'm cleaning up a lot of freaking cups and popcorns out at that theater that prove it isn't. So it's amazing to me that that's been the narrative, and it doesn't fly. It does not fly. So yeah, sorry gang for those who wanted the big failure. It ain't working.
And we're not apologies. And we're not just being positive to be positive about Star Wars.
That's
like if there's something stupid about the new Star Wars, I will gladly point it out.
There's a lot stupid with the new Star Wars.
Send super chats and I'll hate on it as much as you want to.
That's one way to do
$10 a pop if you want me to say bad about it.
I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun in Rise of Skywalker, but I knew going in that it was going to be a train wreck, and it was a beautiful, beautiful train wreck. So I was able to enjoy it. How are you going to make a movie out of what they had to work with? They finished all of the storylines in Last Jedi. The ending of Last Jedi wasn't an ending that lent itself to a sequel. It was one of those where you see the kid and he's looking out into space. It's telling you anytime that evil rises, so will somebody to fight it. That is it is a closed open ending. You don't know exactly what's going to happen, but you know all the story has been wrapped up. And that's what they did in Last Jedi. So when they came to make this one, J.J. Abrams had nothing to work with. Nothing at all. And so, yeah, it was a beautiful freaking train wreck. Thank you.
Still hate Rian Johnson, man. Blame him for everything.
I would, but damn it, Knives Out is just an excellent freaking film. So, Rise of Skywalker only has made 400 million. Say that out loud, Ahsoka.
But
it's only made $400 million at the domestic box office.
Like,
it made $400 million at the box office. That's a lot of money.
You know, everybody hates Rian Johnson. You could have got somebody else, and it could have been much worse.
If somebody's trying to sell you on it's only made $400 million, do exactly what I did. That's a bullshit freaking answer, because they're trying to tell you, well, this one made so-and-so. Look, Force Awakens was the first Star Wars movie in 20 freaking years. Of course, that one's going to be as big as it was. That was not just a regular film. It was cultural, and it was actually China's introduction to this whole Star Wars thing. And it just 400 million is a big fucking number as far as the way movies are concerned. And if somebody's trying to sell you as it's bombing at 400 million, don't believe it. No freaking way. Don't even buy into that. I understand they need to twist it. And I understand they need to make sure that they've got you arguing and yelling and bitching about Star Wars forever and a day. But $400 million fucking dollars is a lot of money. And I understand I'm looking at I Love Comics, but I'm also broadcasting to Homegrown Tourist. So I got to watch the language.
I know.
Yeah, sorry. But hey, look, the thing is I understand the movie wasn't great. It really wasn't, but holy Toledo, it wasn't as bad as it was made out to be. And considering the fact that they had nothing to work with, okay.
Like I said, other than that last line, the movie was fine.
Oh, where I am Rey Skywalker.
Yeah, no. It would have been so much better if she said, I'm Rey. Rey who? Just Rey.
I just want to address
or Rey Organa, because at this point in time, Skywalker is known as Darth Vader and the guy who screwed off and let the galaxy fend for itself. The Skywalker name should not be big and huge. It's big and huge to us because we're the viewers and we know Luke Skywalker is the hero and we understand where that's coming from. But narratively, according to everybody in the galaxy, the name Skywalker is not synonymous with heroism.
I just want to quickly correct in disguise. Well, he was disagreeing to say that Rian Johnson did not write Knives Out. Not only did he write it, he produced it as well and directed it.
That's
it's right on IMDb, man.
I Wait, what did you just say? I had in my mind.
Knives Out.
No, before Knives Out.
Ryan
Where I
Johnson.
was saying, where I was saying that
Skywalker.
Skywalker, yeah, narratively, Skywalker is not a name synonymous with heroism in the universe of Star Wars.
But
To
it's really
us, it is, but to the people in the universe, it shouldn't be because
Your dad tried to kill anybody.
yeah.
well,
killed a billion
nobody
people.
knew that Darth Vader was Anakin Skywalker, though.
Oh, there you go. Okay, at least there's that much.
The Jedi's did, but they didn't share the information. They're corrupt.
At least
There were
there's
only
that much.
2 in the universe at the time. Oh,
It was a big cover up.
Fragminion says Englentine is double scooping.
Yes, he is. I accidentally shared it here, and this is a homegrown tourist stream. We haven't done one in a while. Where we're going to do some Star Wars news, talk about the fact that this thing is mad busy blowing up everywhere. Not only The Mandalorian, but the Rise of Skywalker is kicking all sorts of box office tail. The Galaxy's Edge is busy as all get out.
If only you could stream on all 4 channels, man.
Actually, I can.
It'd be like watching the president give the city unit dress.
Let's go to his other channel. Yeah, it doesn't quite work that way. But look, he had nothing to do. He had nothing to do. They either should have made it 2 movies where the first half is setting everything back up again, and the second movie is doing whatever he needs to do, or they should have set up the next saga.
I have a question though. What the third one? Was there 2 lightsabers or 3 lightsabers? Because
there were 2 at the end.
One got destroyed
3
against Palpatine,
right?
And then there was 2 at the end. And I was like,
she buried 2.
Which was Luke's and Leia's.
Luke's
right?
and Leia's, yeah.
So who was with the third one that she had?
The one she made.
Well, she did make one.
Yes, she did. The orange one.
When
We
was
didn't
that?
see her make it, but she made it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that in between 2 and 3?
I guess.
Or I mean 9 and 10.
No,
or whatever.
it was probably made.
Forget the order.
Yeah. So I'm getting comments on StreamYard so I could catch everybody. Fragminion is by himself on Homegrown Tourist right now.
I was on there before, but
Yeah.
nobody was talking, so I was like, then I had to come over here because this cut out. I could only see the private chat. It glitches
Oh, okay.
for me when I'm on by my PC. StreamYard glitches, and I'm like, okay, so I had
Right.
to jump over. So
Granddaddy Palpy didn't age that well. He's a freaking Crane game. Of course he didn't age very well. What the hell is that? It's like the fucking alien from the toys. God dang it. I got to watch the language. We're on the other one. It's like, it is. It's like the claw. And it just, oh my God. She looks like a director from the 1950s on one of those cranes that are moving around so we can film it. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Don't get my saying that I enjoyed the film and I had fun with anything going anywhere near me saying this was a good movie. That's 2 different things. You can enjoy something for exactly what it was, but what was JJ supposed to do? There was nothing left. Everything was tied up. So
Horribly.
we should get more Benicio del Toro.
But yeah.
I agree with you. It was horribly tied up, but it was tied up. It was already done.
You should have brought in Bill Murray, and Bill Murray sings Star Wars.
Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars.
Copy strike.
Oh yeah. Yeah, something like that anyway, right? So they blew the planet where the Kyber crystal and the lightsabers are, so the sequel trilogy basically killed the most iconic weapon in cinema. I have no idea what you're talking about, Black Lotus, but I'm going to say, okay, yeah, I guess the Kyber crystal. I guess that's how they make lightsabers.
Yeah, it is, but I don't remember them destroying any planets.
Did they? Wasn't
No.
that in the first 3? I don't know.
In the first 2, the first one they destroyed a planet. In the third one, they didn't destroy any planets. They had planet destroying
It
ships,
was the
but
Star Killer base or something like that.
Starkiller Base was the first one.
I was talking to Reckon about this. Like, instead of just building, the Death Stars, you had the warp speed technology. Why don't you launch asteroids into planets? because it destroyed the planet. Get a big enough asteroid, you warp speed. It'd be like setting a bomb.
Yeah, I wonder what they. I wonder what would keep them from doing that. That is quite weird that you would say that, because that's actually, yeah, it's a good thought. Could they actually send? But then again, they can blast. They did something like that with the new Death Star from Force Awakens, where they were just sending, you know, all sorts of things to kill a universe and all that. It was a lot of fun there. Considering his size, second Death Star, he was over 100 years old. He was doing great. That's a good one there.
And
bro.
they're
yeah.
As far as their Death Star laser cannon that they blew up the door in Last Jedi, I was like, that was also that the whole device has been used before in the Gundam animes. They built it, so it's not the first one we've seen death rays like that destroy planets or carve up stuff.
Here's something I want to say about the fact that yes, Star Wars is successful. I don't want to fight that. I'm very happy it's successful. Mainly because, and I've said this many times about superhero movies as well, I don't want any of them to bomb, even if I don't like the movie. Even Captain Marvel, I want to be successful, because if they start to bomb, they're going to stop making them. And I would rather them continue to make them, because eventually they're going to get around to something I like. And so I'm not wishing Star Wars to fail. I'm just wishing for it to get better, if that makes any sense whatsoever. After Captain Marvel, we got the Joker. If all these movies bombed, we wouldn't have gotten the Joker. You know, and that's the fact of the matter. In the beginning, when we were getting superhero movies, you would get a decent Batman film, and then maybe another movie would come along. We got Steel. You know, hey, look, Batman's doing well. Let's do another comic book movie. They did Steel, and it sucked. But eventually, we got Iron Man.
You also got to think about the people who aren't the main stars, who aren't getting paid $1,000. Maybe they're small cameos. Those people are getting paid. It's just someone. Is this someone who's just maybe just first starting out in the sound editing and all that stuff? That person, that's their job. You know. So I would hate for them like to bomb and just like that person like can't get on a job because, well, you were on that crappy movie. Why would we hire you? You know. It's both sides, you know. I'm not saying like, oh, boo-hoo for like, you know, Brie and Marvel is like, oh, or because they made $1 million, but you know, we should feel bad if, you know, if we take the money away. It's like, no, these guys, I don't care about the people who are making the big bucks, the main stars. They're getting paid. Mark, I guarantee you that I wonder how much what's his name? I just forgot his name now. Mark Hamill. I wonder how much he's getting paid more, if he's getting paid less than Ray. Daisy Ridley, or is he getting paid the most because he's Mark Hamill?
I would figure that they are not doing too poorly, as a matter of
fact. Exactly. I imagine they probably make more money than anybody else. It's like, imagine how much they could have spent on more people if they would have been like, well, I'm just donating my money to the film.
Luke's got Magic Jedi fixed off screen. Fragminion's going crazy. I like that.
And not only this, they got to pay Mark Hamill for all this money, and then they also got to pay royalties to George Lucas, a $4 billion lucky bastard who gets still royalties.
Yeah, and then 10 years of mediocre movies with no insight. Well, that's exactly what happened with comic book movies, man. Seriously, we did get Batman. We got Batman Returns. I didn't mind Batman Forever, but after that was Batman and Robin. So between there, also we got superhero movies. It was. Blade came out, and that was all right. But forget about DC, man. It was Blade and then Spider-Man. Those were the ones that everybody agrees on that were good. Because some people fight over Daredevil, some people fight over Spawn. I didn't like Spawn. I did like Daredevil, the director's cut anyway. But that's the way it happens with all that kind of stuff.
I mean, just because a movie bombs doesn't mean it's not beneficial for the next movies coming out. They learn from it. Look at Daredevil and Electro; those bombed, but they still continue with it. Yeah, they saw there's potential for this because people did still go watch it. There's still cult classics. People go watch original Daredevils. They watched Electro. People are going back and watching the old TV series, man.
I love the Daredevil TV series. By the way,
not even Daredevil. I'm saying like just look at 18. Walmart, people are still buying it. People are still paying $40 for that stuff.
Yeah, I know. I actually have Wonder Woman, and I would still watch the Trial of the Incredible Hulk, which had Rex Smith as Daredevil in a black outfit, the whole 9 yards.
I can't wait till Mandalorian hits DVD.
Yeah, I'm very much a fan of buying, buying.
It also helps with
a lot media because
it helps with the streaming app too.
Yeah, when if you buy it, you have it, because when they decide to get rid of it, you have nothing to go on. So this is I once again, we're gonna go a little Disney here. Something they decided to add to Galaxy's Edge is they've got R2D2 gliding around Galaxy's Edge now. so kids, oh yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
It's a rocket, it stops. I can't go for it.
Yeah,
a pebble.
Well, here's the thing. Here's something that would be kind of cool. I mean, you go to you can get a picture taken with an R2D2 in any Comic-Con, but now they've got it in the Star Wars setting. And also, it shows one thing that I'm very happy about: the fact that they're bringing in more recognizable characters. Their original idea, of course, was Batu was it's going to be in its own place. Now you do have Kylo Ren, you do have the stormtroopers walking around, and you got Rey, but not a lot from the original series except for Chewbacca. And it's good to see that they're going to have that they might bring in some. If you want to bring a droid companion home to you, just head to Droid Depot. You can build your own. By the way, that costs a friggin' ton, but I'm kind of happy to see it. And unfortunately, right now, does it say Disney? Okay, yeah. If you're planning on visiting Star Wars Galaxy Edge at Disneyland or Disney World, you'll encounter plenty of characters from around the galaxy, from members of the First Order and the Resistance to cosmic creatures and, of course, droids. I like going in. They've got a creature shop where you actually can see a baby Sarlacc, and I thought that was kind of cool because they've got it so you could see the top of it, but you also see how it roots and its arms, its legs, the whole 9 yards, and all sorts of other creatures as well. And that's where they have the hammerhead guy. It's really cool to check out. It's one of the best audio animatronics I've ever seen.
I gotta ask though, for this Galaxy Edge, is it like a Renaissance fair? Can I walk around with a beer in my hand?
With a beer? Yeah. Yeah, they actually, well, I don't know if you can walk around, but I know they've got a bar there that's very popular.
I want my turkey leg. Yeah. My alien leg, turkey leg.
The turkey leg in one hand and the beer in the other. I know actually one of the drinks in the bar, it has a numbing agent in it, so when you drink it, it actually numbs your mouth up.
It's non-alcoholic though, probably.
No, it is alcoholic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a bar. It's an actual bar.
Well, it's Disney. I don't know. Remember Disney had a big thing where they don't want to do alcohol.
Yeah, well, they don't allow it. Magic Kingdom doesn't allow it, but Epcot and now Hollywood Studios does. But I know Magic Kingdom sells wine in the Beauty and the Beast restaurant, but you're not allowed to have it out in the park. And I think the same thing may be with Hollywood Studios, where you can have it at the bar, but you can't bring it out into the park. So that's the difference.
Robert brings up a good question. How many Instagram photos of tourists will drive? How many R2D2 will there be in the name of Slanish? I don't know. You have to ask E about that. He goes there a lot.
Yeah, more than likely, if somebody begins to dry hump R2D2, he will be out on his ass pretty friggin' quick.
Check Instagram. For $100, he'll do it.
Yeah, no. $100 wouldn't pay for my annual pass for a month. So nope. Technically now lightsaber will be a hot commodity since they would be extremely rare, says Black Lotus. That would be an interesting turn for the movies though. If they, you do have the Jedi Order, but now, of course, not all of them can carry a lightsaber, or maybe. But then again, the First Order had technology that could counter a lightsaber, so maybe it's something different there. Yeah, that's actually that would actually be an interesting turn. So we're gonna lose some people here. I'm pretty sure, because we're gonna start talking about Disney stuff outside of the Star Wars stuff. But here's an interesting story. There was a Florida man arrested at Disney World after he says he forgot that he had a gun in his bag.
It was weaponized nerd rage.
It was went to Florida and forgot his gun.
Came to Florida. He lives in Florida. He came to Disney.
Oh, it came to Disney. Yeah, that's right.
He was going to assassinate Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, Nathan Pollitt, a 29-year-old from Boynton Beach, Florida, says he accidentally left his gun in his bag when he tried to enter Animal Kingdom at Walt Disney World. In an affidavit from Orange County Sheriff's Office, Pollitt claims that he forgot his gun was in his bag. Pollitt says that he left the semi-automatic pistol in his bag overnight because he was concerned someone might steal from his car. Great. I'm all over the place here. Yeah, so he did not have a permit to carry the weapon, it says. So, yeah, that's not good.
Not even a concealed carry. You at least need a concealed carry permit. I don't know if Florida even allows that.
And he didn't know it was loaded. Pollitt was charged with carrying a concealed firearm, a third-degree felony, and a $1,000 bond. See, here's the thing. You can't trust that. I'm sorry. With all the shootings that have been going around, you can't trust this guy's telling the truth. Hell yeah, they had to arrest him.
Yep.
Well, also means afraid he's gonna get shot at Disney.
Yeah, but
is that the case? Don't go then.
They've got checkpoints all over the gut place. If this guy is telling the truth, okay. If he wasn't, he must not have known that they
was the bag in his car or was the bag with him in person on the grounds?
It was with him. It had to.
Then he's an idiot and he's a liar.
Yeah. Because he's saying he forgot it was in his bag, but if he was going into Animal Kingdom, they've got bag checks all the way across, and they've got cops and they've got security guards watching. So if he tried to go through the line where you don't need to, like if you don't have a bag, you don't need to go through the line. If he tried to go through there, they would have stopped him and told him to go, and they must have checked it, saw the gun. If he forgot about it, that's one thing, but if he didn't, man, he must not have known about these bag checks, and he was dumb for not going all the way back to the car and dropping the gun back off if he didn't know it was there.
It would be great if he did Jedi mind trick. You do not need to open my bag.
Yes,
and you're going to
that's a fake pistol.
And then the cop goes, "You're going to jail."
Yeah, you're going to jail. Yeah, that's silly to even try something like that, but it's also dangerous. The thing is if you went at the right time, I shouldn't say this out loud. I was about to say, if you went at the right time and you wanted to do damage, you didn't care if you survived, you don't have to go into the park.
Can't trust those gators down there. They'll play in the water.
As much as I always joke about burning Disneyland down, don't bring weapons to Disneyland. True. Don't bring weapons. No, I might be there. That and you might run into Greedo and Han. And yeah, there you go.
Here's a Star Wars question. Did George Lucas actually shoot some of those scenes? And start who shot first?
Yeah.
I never heard about that. When did it happen? He did all this.
Are you serious?
Dude, I don't follow Star Wars that much.
What?
This is cultural though. This is like
what happened?
About how Greedo shot first in the
who shot first?
There are multiple cuts of A New Hope.
I don't go on
by them. There are so many special editions to them because George Lucas just kept messing with it and just.
I have the original set on was it DVD? That's it. Widescreen DVD. Actually, probably might be full screen. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I got it from the 90s. So I was going to say, I don't go on. There's a new one.
Okay, the first time he changed it was because he thought that Han shooting first made him a bad guy. So he had Greedo shoot first. And he even CGI'd Han's head to do this, like he's dodging it. Then he changed it so they shot together at the same time. And then he changed it so Greedo said McClunky. And then shot.
But when was this change? Was this like in like the 2000s to do this?
It was first changed in 1997, and then in the 2000s, and then for this recent one, 2011.
I never noticed it because I only watched it I watched each movie once.
Yeah, I have the original set of VHS, and Weaponized Nerd Rage pointed out a link you could download the copy of the uncut as well, because they did a laser disc in the 90s of it. That's about the
laser disc. People don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's a DVD about that big.
It's a record.
Yeah, it's about the best you're gonna get. It's about the highest quality you're gonna get these days of the original series.
Yeah, it went the laser disc, and then it went to compact disc.
720D or 720. IP or whatever they
I
call them.
kid you not, though. When I was in elementary school, I remember like if there's like second or third grade, the teacher like she had a Laserdisc thing. I was like, what the hell are you putting in there? It's like,
The despecialized edition. That's right, Frag. I don't know if Disney added it or George Lucas added it. Either way, McClunky is weird.
It was George Lucas's final contribution to
There
Star
you go.
Wars.
There you go.
no, it wasn't. His final contribution was selling it.
Yeah. Okay, so next story, and I've got to apologize for this, guys. I do this every for those of you who aren't familiar with the Homegrown Tourist, I do this every live stream because I have to torture my my friends here, and we always talk about some sort of food item that's coming to the parks, and they are opening up breakfast at a Sanaa restaurant. It's in the Animal Kingdom Lodge. It is African cuisine. And in my opinion, it is absolutely in the top five restaurants on Disney property. And they just opened up breakfast. It's saying there's going to be items like the yogurt parfaits, fruit plates, banana bread, so forth, so on, and house-made African chocolate hazelnut spreads. If you want heartier items with a table service type of experience, there's a full menu, as we're seeing right here. You've got the Eggs Benedict kind of things going on. This looks so good. So good. Eggs Benedict with 2 brown poached eggs, farmer ham, spice root, hollandaise, arugula, and berries. Shashi Turka French toast with saffron scented sultan raisins, whipped chai cream. Wow, I want to go just for that. Just give me a bowl of the whipped chai cream and I'll be happy. And Methi Parath wrap, which features scrambled eggs, potatoes, masala gouda, chermoula, and papaya achar. That's this right here. That looks good, man. Shoot. I'm there. And scrambled eggs, potatoes, masala gouda, chermoula, and okay, there is also a plant-based option, and that's this. Who cares about that?
Fragminion said, "Start your day with a plate of scrambled Huey, Dewey,
and Louie. Hells to the yeah. By the way,
I gotta ask though, this whole new thing, is this have to do with the African Queen, The Rock movie coming out?
No. That's Jungle Cruise, by the way. Yeah, and no, this is right off the Animal Kingdom Park, and it's a really cool hotel.
Straight from the animals.
Yeah. Well, actually, a lot of the stuff you get at Disney is farmed on Disney property. The boar breakfast is another incredible plate too, cage-free African home fries. See, that looks like a regular breakfast to me.
It disturbs me now.
It does have boar sausage. Boer Wars.
Look away, young Johnny, as they slaughter that pig over there.
And a coconut drop biscuit. Well, obviously, they're not allowing people to go into slaughterhouses and such, but they've got fish farms and so forth. And then you've got their classical breakfasts and everything.
I wonder how they cover up the slaughterhouse smell because it's hot there.
Oh, they don't. Oh, no, they do not. There is if you go to the back of Disney, it's almost like a little bit beyond Animal Kingdom. That's where they have the sewer plant and everything like that. That entire area smells of ass. It is really bad. There is actually a part of Disney that is horrible to walk through just because of what's back there.
Thank goodness that no one's ever seen an animal escape. That was one of the slaughterhouses that here and escaped and ran through a neighbor's yard. There was a cow that was like half filleted.
Double your Englentine, double your algorithm hate. The breakfast will be $70 for a simple dish. Sometimes Animal Kingdom. Now the Sanaa is actually not too bad. It's between $10 to $25 depending for lunch, and so I would figure breakfast would probably be around that too, 10 to 25. Depending on what you got. Now it's an excellent lunch and it does open up. So you see, they've got a big open window. So you see all sorts of animals walking around cause they've got a little Serengeti. Yeah. But, it can be expensive out there for sure. Professor Pixel's favorite restaurant is the Boma, which is at Animal Kingdom. And that runs what, $60 for dinner?
Yeah, per person.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an all you can eat though. So damn straight, go hungry and stay all night. I would turn that bathroom into a vomitarium to make sure that I got. I'm full. Back for more. All right, here we go. Yeah. But that's what I would do. And the next one is in the American Pavilion at Epcot. They are opening a barbecue house. Finally, I hated the fact that you would have all this great food at Epcot. You would have the Chinese restaurant, the Norwegian restaurant, and they were all really good examples of what you would get from the countries that you would go to. They had for England and Morocco, Japan, France, so forth and so on. Some really good stuff. And they would make sure that they had dishes that were very popular in their country as well as Americanized dishes. But when you went to American, it was burgers and chicken fingers. So like, really, there's good stuff. So they said, you know what? America does better than anybody else. Barbecue, man. So they decided to open up a barbecue shack. This is what it's going to look like when it's all done. It's called the Regal Eagle Smokehouse. But they decided to make Sam the Eagle the mascot of it, and I am so happy about that. I'm a big Muppet fan.
The Regal Beagle.
Yeah, for those of you who follow Extreme Movie Show, we've done our top 10s, and every time there's a Muppet movie, it makes it into my top 10. So I'm really kind of happy to see that. I would not mind this as a poster either. That at least the cover of a cook.
Right click, save up, and print it off on poster paper.
There you go. That's the way to do it. But yeah, that's something I'm very much looking forward to. So
I ain't kidding, man. You can do that with a lot of stuff as long as you have the printer, the photo paper. It works.
Yeah, and this is the gallery, so you could get an idea of what they're going to be serving.
If you want a picture, yeah, you do a picture of that burger.
Oh.
It's a poster.
Yeah, that's
bookmark.
That is actually that's good stuff. That's the burger right there. It's plant-based entree. Oh wow, no. Dry rub ribs, and it is a fast food joint as well. So it's not. It isn't gonna break the bank. I would get rid of that onion right there, and I'll be a happy camper with this right here.
I gotta say that
because you don't want to die.
If you're gonna keep doing food reviews, you gotta have posters of like food behind you.
I gotta put the food. There you go. Yeah. What we're at today is that's the way to do it. So there you go. What do you think, Prof? You like me are down here ready to go to the parks. Are you gonna hit Sam the Eagle's barbecue shack?
I'm not gonna hit Sam the Eagle, but his barbecue shack I might.
Damn straight. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. I think Australians would argue the barbecue thing. Well, our Australians can argue all they want. They'd be wrong. America does barbecue better than anybody. Hands down.
They can take it up with Sam the Eagle if they think otherwise.
I haven't been to Disneyland since 2014 because I got tired of it. Went more than a few dozen times during summer because we had season passes. Oh, I absolutely understand that, Ahsoka. When I worked at Disney 30 years ago, I went so many times, I was like, yeah, I'm done. Now I go with a camera, and my whole point is to show how fun it can be, have fun there, or just film something and critique it. But the thing is, I'm always opening my eyes to something new, and I'm discovering some things that have been around forever again, and or I'm seeing something I've never seen before. And it really does add to it.
I gotta see it.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like your videos when you go to the parks, it's really entertaining. We see you skipping along in the park.
Sometimes I don't know if it's skipping or it's the shaking from my man boobs rocking the camera. It's very bizarre.
You don't got any black guys pretty good yet.
Yeah, RDV and his photo paper. He's so full of facts.
Dalton's here.
Any idea when you get to Canadian Comics? Yes, sir. I'm going to be running some. I'm going to be doing the history of Cadmus tomorrow, and then I'll be working on 2 videos to make sure we get the Canadian Comics for next week. I want to get those out. I want to start getting to the schedule again, where every Wednesday I do something about a history of comics and so forth, so on. So yes, I will be hitting those pretty quick. Thursday. What happened to? Oh, hey, Dalton.
Yeah.
Hey.
Did we lose Professor?
They traded out for one another.
Just as I came in, I feel a little affronted, a little bit.
Are you two feuding and I don't know it? What's up?
Not to the best of my knowledge, unless I did something
wrong.
I told
you, dude.
No, I'm joking. I don't think there's.
I told you. I said his name and he appears.
Ah, okay. 40 times one summary. I might go back there if I move back to Florida. Come along. We'll hang out. Seriously. It'd be a lot of fun. We'll go, we'll do a dinner review of some sorts.
Yeah, but you must buy him dinner because at least Doug,
No.
Doug Gertz bought him, dinner, so you might as well do it too.
No, no. That's
You want the hookup, you gotta pay for it.
not necessary at all. Not necessary at all. You're catching the tail end here, Dalton, but how's it been? What's up?
It's been a rough couple of days. I did not sleep very well at all.
Made some mistakes?
Night before last. Well, it's just like I'll let myself go to bed like an hour earlier or an hour later here or there, and it just accumulated and ended up screwing me up. So yeah.
Okay.
And as of yesterday, I was like just completely not cogent at all. So it was just like, nope.
All righty. Well, we were talking
But
about.
I'm doing better now, I think. But
we're talking about Star Wars and its great successes, and in spite of everybody and their brother seeming to not like the movie. And Galaxy's Edge is kicking all sorts of butt. Funny how you never see Prof and Dalton at the same time. Secret identity?
Also, Roberts.
okay, if anyone wants to see us both at the same time, we have actually a show called, and I wasn't consulted about this name, but it's called Nobody Cares But, and it's where we talk about TV shows.
Alrighty. Where can you buy crack at Disneyland? I'm not telling.
If you see Gary
Especially not in
Busey,
public.
follow him. No, seriously though, because we have to be careful what we're saying. We're